So we'll just start sitting, and you can sit any way that you like. And my plan for our movement with breath, hang on a second, let me get sorted out. So often, especially beginner students will tell me, I never remember when is the inhale and when is the exhale. And my answer for that is there's not an always or never breathe like this. Often we'll breathe when we're either going up or making ourselves bigger or more expanded. That's the inhale. And then the exhale is some sort of coming in, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we'll exhale on the effort if we're creating some sort of effort, because that works well with the way the core muscles and the diaphragm work. Sometimes we'll emphasize either the inhale or the exhale, just depending on the energy that we want to create within the practice. So there's not an always or never. Today, though, we'll do inhale to open and exhale to close. And we'll do that using various different parts of the body, mostly traditional yoga poses, but some will be not exactly. Make sense? Okay, so once you are kind of settled in your seat, just take your hands somewhere on your body, just anywhere, kind of somewhere on the torso, and allow your eyes to close if that feels okay. And at first, just begin to sense your breath and how your body naturally moves. You might already get a sense of this kind of expanding, opening on the inhale, and a closing or condensing on the exhale. So with that in mind, the hands are comfortable here. You can keep them or you can let them rest in your lap. Let's take a few more breaths, sensing that open and close. And we'll bring the hands to heart center. Press the thumbs into the chest and the chest into the thumbs. And as you inhale, lift the chest a little and spread the fingers apart. And on the exhale, let yourself just bow in and let the fingers close. So take a few of those. I'll turn sideways. There's a little bit of spinal movement, a little bit of movement in the head. And see if you can, the whole time we're moving today, let the movement fit into the breath. So whenever there's a pause in breath, there's a pause in movement. And when the breath starts, the movement starts. Yeah, great. So from here, we'll change our pattern a little bit. Next time you inhale, let's take the arms out and up. And on the exhale, let the arms come down, and you can let the back curl in and the head drop down. Doing that a few times. So the inhale is up, and the exhale is down. And just on your own, a few more of these. And then I'll change it again. So the inhale is going up. And then on the exhale, just pick a side. We'll take a side bend. Inhale to come back up, and then we'll go the same side a few times. Yeah, so the exhale is a fold over, and the inhale is a rise. And we'll change it again. So the next time you come down, on the next inhale, you'll stay down there, but turn the chest open towards the ceiling. And then the exhale, you'll turn down towards the floor. So take that a few times, open and close. Just letting the movement coordinate with the breath. Next time you come down, that'll be the last one. You'll press into the hand, inhale up to center. Exhale over the side two, and do this one a few times. So the inhale is rise, and the exhale is fold over to the side. Let's pause next time you're down there. And the inhale, you'll turn open, and the exhale, you'll close. Yes, when you're ready, the next inhale will bring you up. And then we'll release the arms down. If you're cross-legged, go ahead and change the leg that's in front, hands on the legs. And now on the inhale, you'll pull the chest forward. And on the exhale, you'll round. And if you want to exaggerate that, you can go back a little further. If you don't, just do a little bit. Yes, so let the movement take up the whole breath. Great. All right, friends, let's take one more little pattern here. So inhale to center, lift the arms. Exhale, just rotate one direction, let the arms come down, just pick a side. Inhale, coming back up to center, derotate. And the exhale is the second side. Now, as you're taking this one, if it feels all right to turn your gaze to the back arm or the moving, whatever is the back arm, that might work. If you prefer just to keep looking straight ahead, that's fine too. Yeah. And then we'll complete the round that you're on, and the next time you come back up to the center, let's just release the arms, untangle the legs, just give the feet a little movement, the fingers a little movement. And then we'll do a little bit of breath here with the hands and the feet. So on the inhale, you'll open the fingers, open the toes. And then on the exhale, let them close. So do that a few times. Yes, and naturally you might feel that movement in the spine and the head too. Just go with it. Great. Let's take one more like that. And then we'll reconvene, hands and knees position. And we will be there for a bit, so feel free to have any sort of padding underneath your knees. First, just settling into the shape. And now we'll go inhale into our cow pose. And on the exhale, go back to round the back cat and then press back to child's pose. So the inhale is forward and up into cow. And the exhale is round and back into child. Now it might feel more comfortable when you come down to bend the elbows a little and then re-straighten. So feel free to do that. You might notice in different movement patterns, sometimes the inhale is longer, sometimes the exhale is longer. Totally fine, but see if you can still coordinate that with the movement. Great. The next time we head back to child's pose, we'll stay. And then we'll just do like a little mini version of that. So on the inhale, you'll pull forward just a tiny bit. The hips will lift a little. And on the exhale, press the mat down and forward and fold. So take a few more of those. Tiny little movement. And then we'll change it again. On the next inhale, rise up onto the shins. Lift the arms up over your head. Exhale, let's go back to child's pose with the arms behind you. Yeah, so the whole inhale to come up, the whole exhale to come down. Now, if coming up and down on the knees like this just isn't for you, stick with that circular pattern we did before. So the cat-cow adding on the child's pose. Yeah, and if you'd like, maybe it's already happening. When you come up, you can turn the head up a little bit. And then when you come down, you can let the chin come in. Yeah, let's take one more time up and down. And then we'll stay in the up position next time you get there. So the inhale, we rise up. And now on the exhale, turn your torso one direction, let the arms separate and come down. The inhale, we come back up, de-rotate. On the exhale is the second side. Exactly. So perhaps follow the back arm with your gaze. And then the next time the arms come up, we'll come forward and down with the hands. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees, send the hips back, and head into downward facing dog. And go ahead and just take any kind of movement. That might be a little sway. It might be a little pedal out of the legs. Yeah. And if you have a blanket, keep it there because we're going to come back down in a second. On the next inhale, let's stay, sorry. And then on the exhale, put the knees down and go back kind of to child's pose, but don't go up so high. And then inhale, we come up and lift. So exhale, the knees come down, shift the hips back, toes stay tucked under. And then the inhale, we come up and lift. A little warm up for the leg. Next time we come down, we'll stay. Slide the hands a little further forward, and then on the inhale, we'll come forward and let the chest lift a little bit. So it's like up dog with the knees down. And on the exhale, lift the belly and go back about halfway to child's pose. So take that one a few more times. The inhale is a shift forward, a little lift in the chest when you get there. That's it. And the exhale is a pull back. You can have the toes straight or tucked under, whatever you like. Yeah, well, this is kind of fun here in the studio. We have the students facing each other. So every time they come forward, making a cute little pattern. Yeah. All right, friends, let's pause the next time you come forward. This time we'll come all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands just as they are with the elbows bent, hands by the ribs. And without moving the hands, try to pull the hands to the feet. Let's do these on the inhale. You'll come forward with the chest and a little bit up, but more forward. Exhale, we release down. Take that a few more times. So the inhale, little pull, lift. You could lift the legs too if you wish. And the exhale is down. Now, as you're doing these, likely you'll feel the breath shorten a little bit, and that's fine. Just kind of the nature of the pose. Great. Let's complete this last one. And then the next time you come up, just the chest, not the legs. Let's go back, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. And go ahead and again, add in any kind of movement, whatever you like here. We'll separate your feet. Bend the knees and walk your hands to the feet, just heading to the back of the mat. And as you arrive there, slide the hands up the shins, just below the knees, keeping the knees bent. Inhale, you'll straighten the legs and move the chest forward. Exhale, we'll come back down and bend the knees. So take that a couple of times. The spine is moving. Maybe a little lift in the head when you come into the up position. Yeah. Great. Now the next time you come into that halfway up position, let's put our hands on the forearms on the thighs. Move the chest forward, and on the next inhale, turn one direction, lift the arm for a twist. Exhale, we come back down. Take the whole inhale to open up for side two. Yeah. And just keep doing that back and forth. Great. Next time you come back down, let's root down through the legs. Use the whole inhale to lift all the way up. Exhale, just bringing the arms down alongside you. We'll stay. You can face any direction. Keep the feet kind of wide, slight bend in the knees. And I'm going to mirror you guys. So you go ahead and face the other direction. Let's start with your right hand. And on the inhale, let the fingers open. And on the exhale, let the fingers close. Just a loose close. Don't have to make a tight fist here. So do that a few times. And we'll keep that happening in the fingers, and let's add movement in the elbow. So when the fingers open, the arm stretches down. And on the exhale, the elbow bends and the fingers curl in. Do that one a couple more. Yeah. And now we'll add on with the shoulder. So on the inhale, let the arms stretch out just any direction. And then on the exhale, the fingers curl in, the elbows bend. Yeah. And then each time you go open here, change the angle of the arm. So you might maybe do one where it goes across. So the whole inhale to open. And the whole exhale to close. Yeah, let's do last one on this side. And then we'll move into the second hand here, just the fingers. So the inhale, you'll open the hand, and the exhale to close. And take the whole breath to complete the movement. And on the exhale, same thing, the whole breath to let it come back in. When you're ready to add in the elbow, you let the arm go down, the fingers open, and the elbow bend, the fingers curl back in. So a couple more like that. Yeah. Adding in the movement of the shoulder. So when you inhale, just reach the whole arm out any direction. Great. So we're going to keep this arm going and add the right one back in so they'll both happen together. So the inhale, yes, nice big open, and the exhale, let yourself curl in. So it's likely already happening. On the open, let the head look up, and then on the close, let the head look down. Continue doing that and let there be a little more movement in the spine. The whole spine, almost like a cat-cow sort of movement. I'm just gonna face this side so you can see that. Yeah. And then go ahead and let's add a bend in the knees. So that we open here, and then when we come back into close, let the knees bend. Exactly. A couple more like that. Great. Possibly adding on one leg stretches out and then close back in on the other side. Ah. So the whole body breathing, moving. Now let's keep the open and close, but no longer with the legs. So just the bend and straighten. Yeah. And gradually let the movement become a little bit less and a little bit less. And you can kind of keep a little bit of that pulsation as you make your way to the front of your mat. You might already be there. Yeah. Let's keep the feet kind of wide here. The inhale will open up the arms, open up the whole body. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the forearms to the thighs. On the inhale, turn one direction, open to twist. Exhales to bring it back down. Side two. Press into the feet. Use the inhale to come all the way up again. The exhale to come back down, forearms to the thighs. One more time with the twist. And then one more time with the big open. Everything comes up. And then come back down. We'll change the pattern a little bit here. Hands to shins, just a halfway lift. And then come down. Bring the hands to the mat. Go back to your plank pose. Now you could do this with straight legs or you could put the knees on the floor. Inhale here. On the exhale, go up and back, downward dog, or if you're doing the knees down version, it's this. And then on the inhale, you'll come forward again to plank pose. Yeah, so take that a couple of times. The whole inhale to get there, and the whole exhale to get there. Yes. Great. Next time we come forward, let's make our way down to the belly. Great. Okay, we'll send a little good energy outside. Some sirens just went by. Prop yourself up on the forearms here just in front of you. And now on the inhale, similar to what we did before, try to pull the forearms back, pull the chest forward, maybe lift the legs. And then on the exhale, let yourself come down and turn the head just to one side. So the inhale is that little pull. The elbows might narrow a bit when you do that. And then the exhale, we come down, turning the head the other side. Continue with that a few more times. Yeah, and then the next time we're up in the middle, let's stay. Yeah, take your hands, just slide them back. Put the legs down if they're up. And then on the next exhale, let's press up and back, downward facing dog. Make your way to the front of the mat, feet to the hands. Press down into the feet, little bend in the knees. Use the inhale to come all the way up, arms lift. And the exhale just to bring the arms down alongside you. Great. So for our next pattern, we'll be doing some lunges with the knee down. If you need padding for the knee, take a blanket. And if you need blocks for your hands, just have them at the front. Yeah, so we'll stand at the front of the mat with a little space between your feet. Bend the knees, bring the hips back. Let's take hands to prayer. So Utkatasana with prayer hands. Then on the inhale, straighten the legs, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, prayer, pull them back down through the center. So that's the pattern. Take a few of those. And remember, it's the whole inhale to get there, and the whole exhale to get there. And we'll take one more. The next one will be a little different. Once you're in the down position, let's put hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come down, step the right leg back, knee down. Toes are tucked or untucked. You choose, yeah, for lunge position. And then we'll actually start here lifting the arms. So arms come up. And then on the exhale, just let the arms come down, but keep your torso up. So do this a few times. If balance is feeling okay, you can look a little up and then look a little down. Yeah. Now, just like we did in some of the other shapes, we'll change it. Inhale, we're up. On the exhale, turn one direction, let the arms open. The inhale, we come back up to the center. Exhale, turn the chest the other direction. Yeah. And back to center. So take a couple of those. Yes, yogis. Next time we come back up to the center, let's take the hands down to the floor or to your blocks. Inhale, we stay. Exhale, we draw the hips back, go straighter in the front leg. Inhale, we shift forward again and bend. Yeah, so you'll get a little stretch in the hamstring. You can decide if the toes are coming up or staying down. And then we'll change the pattern a little bit here. So the next time the hips come back and the front leg is straight, pause there. On the inhale, just move the chest forward. And then on the exhale, let yourself bow down. Yeah, so a couple more of those. Yeah, good, good, good. And when you're ready to change the pattern here, we'll bend the front knee, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Pause in this position, draw the pelvis back, the chest forward. Inhale to lengthen. And then on the exhale, just back off a little bit. So every inhale, a little bit of lengthen. And exhale, just back off. Great. All right. Next time you're in the lengthened state, let's pause. If you're on the blocks, move them out of the way. And then choices here, that dog, plank dog with the knees off the floor, or the one with the knees on the floor. Yeah, so the inhale is forward and the exhale is back. It happens, yeah. All right, friends, next time we go back, let's go all the way back to downward facing dog. And from there, come all the way forward, feet to the hands, but let's stay low. Slide the hands up to the shins. Then on the inhale, move the chest forward, go straight in the legs. Exhale, bend the knees and let yourself fold down. So take that a few more times. Yeah, great. When you're ready to come all the way up, the next inhale, press firmly into the floor. All the way up we stand. Use the exhale just to bring the arms down alongside you. Great. So, not too bad. We'll do the second side. From the top of the mat, little space between the feet. Bend the knees, bring the hips back, take the hands to prayer. And then on the inhale, press into the feet, arms go out and up. Exhale, we're back to prayer, back to chair. Yeah, a couple of those. Last one here, and we'll meet in the down position. Hands come to shins, take the half lift, chest comes forward. And then down we come, left leg steps back, toes tucked or not, back knee is down. On the inhale, up come the arms, up comes the torso. On the exhale, just the arms come down. Now, if balance is feeling okay, you can add in a little nod of the head. Continue to let the movement last as long as the breath. And when you're ready to add in the twists, the inhale is up and the exhale is a turn. Just pick a direction, we'll go both ways. Great. Next time you're up, we'll use the exhale to bring the arms down, hands to the floor or to blocks. Inhale here. Exhale will bring the hips back, go straight in the leg or straighter. Inhale is coming forward, bend the knee. So take that a couple of times and you can decide what you want to do with the foot. Great, we'll pause next time the leg is straight. And then on the inhale, move the chest forward. Exhale, let yourself just fold over the leg. So take that one a couple of times. It'll likely be a smaller movement. Great. And then from here, we'll bend the front knee, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Similar idea here. On the inhale, move the chest forward, lengthen. And then on the exhale, just back off a little bit. Do that a couple of times. Great, great, great. And then the next time you're in the lengthened position, if you're on the blocks, move them out of the way. Let's step in a plank pose or knees down. Take a few rounds of whichever one you're doing. That's it. And then we'll make our way onto the belly. Any way you want to get there is fine. Come onto the belly and stack your hands. Rest the forehead on your hands. I'm going to keep my head up though, just so I can speak a little better. Whatever hand is on top, glue it to your forehead. And then on the inhale, you'll lift that arm and the opposite leg. And on the exhale, you'll come down and swap. So the inhale is a lift. On the exhale is to lower. Nice job, you guys. Next time you're back down, just stay down there for a second. Give the hips a little wiggle from side to side. And while we're here, we'll add in a quad stretch. So you can bend the right knee and reach back, find the foot or the ankle with the right hand. Yeah. And then from this position, you got a little trick if it's hard to reach. You can roll to the side, come into it like this, and then either stay on the side or come back down to the belly. Yeah. Send the center of the knee towards the back of the mat, but send your navel towards the front of the mat. Good. And then we'll release that, changing over to side two, possibly with the little side trick if you need it. Send the center of the knee to the back of the mat, your navel to the front of the mat. Yeah, and then let's release. bring yourself into downward facing dog, and we'll here add a little calf stretch. So once you're in the pose, step the right foot just a little forward and try to straighten the leg. Let the left knee bend, and then just take a small shift of the pelvis side to side a couple of times. Yes. Great, and then we'll switch. So the left foot steps a little forward, sink the heel. Let the right knee bend and let the pelvis shift a little bit from side to side. Great. And then let's reset, just normal down dog. Bring your feet to the hands, come into the top of the mat. Use the whole inhale to lift, all the way up we come. And the whole exhale just to put the arms down. Nice work, you guys. So for the next little pattern, if you have blocks, put them at the front. And if you don't, you just go without. Let's stand at the front and step the right leg back with the heel down on the floor. Setting up to go to warrior one, but it'll be a little different from classic. So let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbows, hinge forward. Yeah, do a few of those. Great. Nice. Now the next time we come forward, let's stay. Inhale there. On the exhale, bring the arms down and go straighter in the front leg. Inhale to rebend the knee, move the chest a little forward. The back heel stays down. Exhale, we'll straighten the front leg and fold over. Do that one a few times. Yeah. Now you can continue this, keeping the bend in the knee on the inhale, or you can keep the leg straight the whole time and inhale, just move the chest forward and exhale to fold. So you choose. Now we're going to come into variation of triangle pose from here. So let's pause. Can you lengthen out the spine? Left hand could stay down. If you don't have a block and this is too far down, you can just keep the hand to the shin. On the inhale, we'll turn open to the right, let the arm open. And then on the exhale, just close. So take a few of those. The inhale is open and the exhale is close. And just like we did with some of the others, you can let it be a gradual kind of unfurling of the arm. It doesn't have to go in one, it doesn't have to be a straight arm. And then the next time you come back down, we'll stay. Bend the front knee, sweep the arms back. Inhale all the way up, straighten the leg, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, let's keep the torso upright, bend the front knee, cactus the arms, but don't come forward. Yeah. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, take it again. Good. Just two more of those. And then when you're ready to get out of this, just step the back foot forward, hands to the hips. Side two. Left leg will step back with the heel down on the floor. Arms come up overhead, and for this first bit, on the exhale, we'll bend the knee, bend the elbows, and hinge forward. Inhale, we come back up. So take that a couple of times, possibly adding in that little head nod. So your limbs, your spine, your breath, all moving together here. Next time we come forward, we'll pause. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, down come the arms. Inhale here. Exhale to go straighter in the front leg and bow over. And then on the inhale, you'll rebend and move the chest forward. So take that a couple of times. Now, if you're finding movement-wise you're getting a little stuck, you could go wider in the front foot. You could bring the arms to the inside of the leg if you wish. If you need to go higher on your blocks, you can. And then some of you might prefer, instead of bending and straightening the front knee, to keep that. Then the inhale is just to move the chest forward, and exhale is to bow down. And so you decide if you want to keep the front knee bent and straight or straight the whole time. That's it. And then let's all pause with the front leg straight, or your version of straight. Right hand stays down. Inhale, we'll turn open, left arm lifts. Exhale, down we come. But just as before, take the whole inhale to get there, and the whole exhale to release. Great. We'll do one last one here. Next time you come down, we'll meet there. Rebend the front knee, arms come back. Inhale, come up, straighten the front leg, lift the arms. Torso stays upright. Exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbows. So like warrior one, but different arms. Do a couple of those. Great. And then this will be our last one. When you're ready to get out, just step forward, release. Nice job, you guys. Let's take a little hula hoop asana, just circling the hips around. Exactly, and then the other way. All right. So next we'll take a little bit of balance work, and we've already kind of done the pattern. We'll just add one more thing to it. So let's kind of crouch down a little bit, hands in prayer. And then on the inhale, open up and lift one leg out to the side. Exhale, come back in, and if you can keep the leg a little bit lifted, do that. If you need to tap the foot down, that's fine. So you open and close with the breath. Great. And then the next time you come into the closed position, we'll just change legs. And then you decide if you want to tap the foot down or if you want to keep it hovering the whole time. I'm having a harder time on this side. Yes, yogi. All right. And then this will be our last one. Just returning back to center. Nice work. Let it go. Okay. All right. So let's do one more standing pose. So just stand in the middle of your mat and we'll just get there. Separate your feet out wide. Now lately I've been a fan of not Warrior 1 or 2, but Warrior 1.5. So we'll go this direction first. You know what, just pick a side. And instead of orienting towards the short end of the mat or the long end of the mat, orient right in the middle. So you're kind of on the diagonal. Yeah, so the front knee will bend, Warrior 1.5 exactly. Hands come to prayer. And then on the inhale, straighten the leg, will open up. And the exhale will close. Yeah, so you know the drill here. Possibly adding in the movement in the head. We'll change the pattern, but keep the Warrior 1.5 idea. So we open. And then as you come back to close, bend the front knee, take the top arm overhead. And then on the inhale, straighten the front leg and lift the front arm. So back and forth we go. Let it be all about the movement and breath coordination. Don't worry so much about precision here. I'll get you another time. Great, 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 great. Next time you come into the down position, we'll transition like this. So you stay there, bend the back knee and just kind of swivel around so that you're in the same thing on the other side. And we'll reverse the order. So here we'll do the up and down, straighten the new front leg, lift the arm, and then come back down. Yeah, that's it. And we'll do the open and close in a moment. Great. Now we'll have this be the last one, meeting in the down position. And then just bring the torso up. You can straighten the front leg. And then on the exhale, you'll bend the knee, take the hands to prayer. You can bow in a little bit. Inhale, we open up like a big starfish. That's it. And take that a couple of times. And again, the pelvis is oriented just kind of on the diagonal, not forward, not to the side. Nice work, you guys. Next time you're in the open position, let's just parallel the feet, release the arms. Yeah, bring yourself back together, just feet right underneath you. And then we'll take a gradual descent down to the floor. We'll go like this. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, rest the hands. Let's have the hands above the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slide the hands below the knees, little bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come down, slide the hands a little lower. Yeah, so keep going like this. Eventually the hands will go a little lower, unless you can't, and then just keep the hands in place. Yeah, good, good, good. And then when you're ready to move on here, let's go plank to downward facing dog. And then downward facing dog to child's pose. Now within the child's pose, arms could be forward or you could just rest the arms. We'll do a little bit of that pulse again. So the inhale is a slight lift. And the exhale, you'll relax that and just round. So take that. We've done this one before. Yes, yogis. All right. And then from here, friends, let's crawl the hands back to the knees. Swing your legs around and we'll come to sit. Now feel free to sit on something, a blanket if you need, especially if you've got tight hamstrings or lower back. We'll start in a Dandasana position with the legs forward. Let's just keep the hands down beside you or even a little behind you. Activate the legs, press the heels forward. On the inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, let yourself hinge forward. An option here, you could do inhale to lengthen and exhale to go down. You could do that a little bit, or you could do that more so with the arms forward. Maybe some of you hold the feet. The inhale is a lengthen, and then the exhale is a fold. Now, as long as it's feeling okay, go ahead and let your feet relax. I don't say that too often. And keep this idea of the breath, but let the movement start to become smaller and smaller. When you're ready to come out of that one, just walk the hands back up to the center. All right. So next we'll head down onto the floor. You can keep the knees bent. Feel free to have a blanket underneath your head. Once you're down on the floor, let's lift the knees up. Actually, before you lift the knees up, bump the hips over. Let's bump the hips towards the left side of the mat. Then bring the knees up and go over to the right side, coming into a twist. Now feel free, sometimes this feels more comfortable with a block or a prop in between the knees. Now continue to breathe. And without exaggerating your movement, just feel that idea of that little pulsation happening with the breath. When you're ready for side two, let's come back to center, bump the hips over to the right side of the mat, and then let the knees drop over to the left, possibly with a prop in there. And without any specific movement, just find that little pulsation going on again with the breath. And then when you're ready, we'll head back to center. We're about to go into Shavasana here, but if it feels good to do something symmetrical after those, maybe, so Shavasana will be laying down. I'm just sitting up because it's easier to talk, yeah. Maybe that might be just like a big stretch, or maybe hug both knees into the chest, just whatever feels right to complete your practice. Yeah, and I'm just gonna get these lights so you're not blinded here lying down. As you settle into your final shape, just remember how it felt, or you could even do this, maybe placing the hands on the body. Just remind yourself how it felt in the body to breathe, that expanding and condensing. You can keep the hands here, you could let them go. Think about every single cell in your whole body breathing and moving in that way. A little pulsation happening in every cell in your whole body. In a moment, we'll begin moving out of Shavasana. And let's take a gradual transition here. So when the next inhale happens, let the hands and the feet open. And the exhale, let them relax. Do that a few more cycles. Yeah, and then at any point it might feel right to stretch the arms or take any other movement into the body. Yeah. Eventually, let your knees bend and roll yourself over onto one side. You can press into the floor to come upright sitting. And we'll meet as we began with the hands in prayer at the center of the chest. On the inhale, press the chest into the hands, let the fingers open, let the gaze turn up. And on the exhale, let yourself condense back in. We'll take that 2 more times. And then the next time we're down, we'll stay. Take a moment to thank your own body for everything that it's able to do. And thank yourself for showing up. Namaste.